Hello everyone, good evening to one and all present here. I'm Santhya from MTT. I will welcome all of you on this Wednesday evening for this webinar with a small quote. Strategy is about making choices, trade offs. It's about deliberately choosing to be different, said by Michael Porter. So, yep, as you all know, we are gathered here for this session to learn about strategies to keep your class engaging. Before going to the speaker, I would like to introduce our platform, MTT. My Trusted Tutor is a marketplace for private tutors, school teachers, corporate trainers, academicians, and all kind of educational professions. Our mission is to make quality education easily and affordably available to all. We MTT has conducted 80 plus webinars on various topics. Currently, we are in recruitment process as well for the post of teachers. So now I would like to introduce our speaker of the day, Nisha Shetty. Our speaker is a master in arts in English and bachelor's of education in English. Apart from her profession, a speaker is a lead national basketball player from Mumbai, an athlete runner for 21 kilometers who bagged many trophies and medals. Our speaker Nisha ma'am owns and manages coaching classes for last 6 years, and currently she is an academic coordinator in an international school. Yep, with this we came to an end of this introduction part. Now I hand over the session to Nisha ma'am. Over to you, ma'am. Ma'am. Ma'am.
Yes. Hello and welcome for today's webinar. Thank you for taking a time out and being here today. So my topic for today is the strategy and methodology which we use for our online class trainings. So there are 5 simple ways to engage and motivate to the learners. We all educators, we know it's a very difficult task to engage a student when it comes to an online training classes. So there are simple 5 methods which we can use. So they are, what are the exact learners, what we want, like we want to engage our students in an online training classes. So there are certain goals which we need to set up. The first thing is like set a clear learning goals where learners can perform very better and they know what exactly they are supposed to do in their classes. You should make the learning classes very convenient. What else we are supposed to do? We have to supposed to come up in a very creative idea so that our students can be get very engaged to our online classes. Since this pandemic time, this situation is going to be a very challenging for all the educators as we are set up a benchmark in this education field. So coming back to my slide, my today's topic is strategy to keep your class engaging. So I would like to say to all the educators and all the presenters over here, if you have any questions, kindly drop your questions in your chat box. I'll be answering to each one of every questions once the session is done. I have done a screen sharing over here. There is a picture here in this. A picture is a word with 1,000 words. Can anyone tell me exactly what did you understand seeing this? You can unmute yourself and you can answer to me. Any one of them?
Ma'am, I would like to answer this question. It says that a picture tells you much more than some words. A picture is more describing.
So what exactly this picture is describing? What informations you are getting by seeing this picture? It's
Ma'am,
like, yeah.
Participants are chatting in putting their answer in chat box. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Arogya is saying that the child is overwhelmed, and
Yeah.
Reshmi ma'am is saying that the child saying that it's burden.
It's burden. So we
Burden.
all know, right? We used to have what we have learned in our days was just to be a verbal learning, right? So in today, we have all know that CBSE have come up with an art integrated activities, right? They have collaborated with art integration. This is just because to make our study more easier. Isn't it? So what we wanted actually, we wanted this like, verbalisms and everything to get rid for the students, and they can learn it in a very easy way of process of their learning. Changing my slides. So the first point is for today's strategy and methodology is, before starting up, let me tell you, have you ever been in the middle of a teaching in the class and you have glanced at your students and even you might have caught them staring into a space? So just when you think that, what is the first thing comes in your mind? We educators, the first thing we comes in our mind, it would be much better if we would have done a lesson plan and before we would have got into engaging into any activity, right? So what you find that your students are totally unfocused when you find these things are not done in a proper manner. For decades, educators have been trying a very new teaching strategy to keep their students on the toes and get them very excited, right, about the learning. So the first point in today's my topic is incorporate mystery into your lessons. So learning may not be actually the most fun for our students, right, educators? And when they don't know what to expect, so what we do, we try to incorporate a sense of surprises and mystery into your lessons. So when you are about to unveil a new lessons, what it happens? It gives a student a new clue each day. And when the students started coming up with it, this is actually would be a very fun way to make a lessons more mysterious. And when you start actually working on it, what you will find it out, this lesson is no more mysterious to them. Am I right? When you actually started forward finding out a better way to learning it out. So what I say, incorporate mystery into your lesson. Your lesson, when you start up educators, when you start up your chapter, that should be always, it should be a form of a mystery for them. Okay, there should be always a curiosity to learn what this topic actually connects. So there should be a keen of interest developed into the learners. What exactly, like my teacher, my guider would be saying me about the chapter. So that mystery and that curious is just all on us, how we are going to get to them. So the first one is, as I said you, the incorporate mystery into your lessons. Try developing a mystery into your chapters so that the students can get more curious to learn what the chapter indicates. Coming to the next slide would be don't repeat the classroom material. It is actually, when we say make the things mysterious and the grab attentions. Yeah, that's right. We always have to make a chapter very mysterious to get their attention. That is exactly right. Very good. So my second topic is don't repeat the classroom material. So it is very appropriate and essential, right, to review classroom material. But what are you supposed to do? You're not to try not to repeat it. What we has to be doing, it is verbatim, because this can make a lesson interesting for the student. But next time, when you actually want to need to review your material, what you are going to do, you are going to start reviewing a game. Keep a game planner in your chapters. This what happens, this actually presents an information into a learners. For example, I'll share a small example over here. What I'm supposed to say is, what you in a chapter you're supposed to get a strategy 3:2:1. This is actually a fun way, okay, to repeat the material. In this way, you can conduct an activity for the students. For example, let them to draw a pyramid, okay, in their notebook, and tell them to write down the three things. Tell them to write the three things that they have learned in their last class. So what they are going to do, they are going to write the two things that were taught, which was very interesting for them. And the third one will always remain them as a questions, like, because when we try to explain the certain things to the students, what do we think that they have totally understood, and when we just move on with the other chapters, but this is not actually is done. So next time when you get into the class, what you're supposed to do, you're supposed to tell to the learners, like, whatever you have learned, write the best thing, the best part, what you have understood in the chapters. There might be a handful of students who would have understood the chapter actually very well, and there are some few which always lies with the question marks. So try to make the students actually, this class actually more activity form, like, let them enjoy the class. So the second one is, don't repeat the classroom material. Don't keep on repeating the same stuff. Get every time, come up with the new ideas, new activity. Try to mix up your chapters into art integrations. For example, like when we come to a chapters for SS, history, okay, try to get into art integration. You can collaborate with the fine arts. You can collaborate with your dance activities and everything. Okay. Create a classroom games. So when we educators get into the classrooms, and the moment before we starting up the chapter, and if we ask our learners, are you interested in playing a games? The first thing, they all get very excited. And when you tell them, when you express them, today's chapter, the explanation, whatever I'm going to taught you, we are going to do in the gaming form. Just see those enthusiastic, actually what they comes up, like, the enthusiasm within them, that you could find it out very easily. So whether you are at 5 or 25 playing a game, actually it is going to be very fun. And games are also a great way to keep your lessons interesting. And if your students need to remember, like, there are the spelling words which conduct a spelling bee, or something, a type of like a contest in which the participants are eliminated, and where they need to actually practice a math, and like, having a math bee, we all know there is a spelling bee, so you can even do your maths bee in that process for the subject teachers I'm saying you, in which maths actually would be a problem, or it would be a fact, and instead of spelling the words, games can make the learning more fun, isn't it? And giving you a prescription for more for the happy kids. And once you start doing that, you could find your class automatically started getting very totally active and proactive in your classes. Because in the online classes, what we do, we are not connected to our learners. So we try to, like, make them, we actually try to make them to get those attentions, and sometimes we actually fail that, like, to get those attentions from them. So these are the some few methods which we can be taken in our online classes. We can play the games during the online classes, connectivity to your chapters. Okay, coming to the fourth slide. Give your student choices. Student always love, the learners always love when you give a choice to them, isn't it? Don't force them, like, no, you have to do this. There are no choices for it. You have to come up with ask them the choices. They are such a sharp-minded, they will come up with amended of solution. They have lots. If you give them a choice, they'll have a solution for it. So always give your student the choices. For example, like, one strategy, actually we teachers, we educators always have a strategy that we have found it to be very effective, and offering the students an ability to make their own choice when it comes to learning, right? So the choices that we give can be more powerful motivator, because what it helps the foster students to get their interest and independence. So the next time when you're planning for an activity, what you can do, you can try to make a choice board. Okay, and print out a tic-tac-toe. We all know what is tic-tac-toe games, right? In your board, and write it down. What you can do, this task can be divided into 9 different ways. And when the students try to complete it, the e-students will achieve their goals to the given below the 3 tasks in a row. So this is how, like, the small choices of a games, if you like try to inbuilt in your classes are going to get more interesting. Technology, use of technology, right? So technology here, I would like to give this pandemic time, and I have actually given us a skill to prove ourselves in these situations. Yes, I've got an answer from Ritika. Make the things mistress and grab the attention. Games are fun. Choices make the learners feel that the teacher is not always alternative. That's right, Ritika. You are absolutely right. So the choices, the interest, the fun, the game and activities, it's all in our hand to get our students' attention, to get more proactive. Here, like, we always get the complaints from the parents, like, we all are aware. Every now and then we get a call from the parents stating that the kids are not ready to sit for the class, they don't find it active, just that. So here we can't blame to a technology or something. Here we are the one who are supposed to make the class so active. So next time, whenever is your class, your students should be very active and they should try to attend your class instead of that finding any escapist reason. So use of technology. Now again, coming back to the fifth point, is like use of technology. In this, we all know, most of them were not actually techno free, but in this pandemic time, in this situation, we have actually the educators as well as most of the learners, we all have set a benchmark in this time, because everyone had become so techno savvy, they are very keen now, like they can come up with everything. So when I say about the use of technology actually has a very great way to keep your lessons very interesting. Now let's see what actually the technology plays role in your online classes. Children love electronics. As we all know, they love gadgets like anything. So when children love gadgets, try to incorporate it your overall teaching strategy. Instead of that, standing in the front of a room and lecturing, yes, try using a small board interactive display. So this what happens, educator, you can expand your cooperative learning activity lesson by connecting to a classroom in another city. Can anyone tell me what do you mean by the sentence which I say to the connecting to a classroom into another city? Yes? Anyone? You can write the answers in your chat box.
Ma'am, Aurogya ma'am is saying that virtual trips.
Yes. Anyone else?
Farah Nafis ma'am is saying that imagination.
Yes, that's right. You have to expand your cooperative learning activity lesson by connecting your classroom to another city. I mean, it means like don't make your classroom like into in your 4 walls of your rooms, make them so proactive, make them to feel that you are not actually into your classrooms. Make them it's so interactive. Try to get into inherent way, like where your students could not feel like you are getting into boredom type of a chapters, rather than like make them feel like out of this stuff, or let them think that they are not into that chapters, make them lost into your chapters. So what happens? So use of technology, there are in the varieties of way. When you see an interest level in your classroom, it increases to leaps and bounds. So technology is again a very important thing to develop in your online classes. Don't take teaching so seriously. So here, don't take teaching so seriously. Here, what happened again? coming back to saying in a learner's point of view, what happened, we actually, like parents as well as like, they keep on forcing the students. Like, in this situation, when the parents keep on forcing students and we teachers keep on giving them the assignments and marks, worksheets and everything, so students actually get bugged up. What we have to make them interesting. Same thing, we should not force them saying that the teaching has to be, you have to take the teaching very seriously. When the learners start taking the teaching in methods into a very playful way, automatically they'll start learning everything. You don't have to be on the head, like, you have to study or else you'll be getting 0, complete your worksheet, complete your assignments. Make your online classes something different. So here I would like to say, like, being a very effective educators, it is a very important job. But that doesn't mean that you have to remain very serious in the class all the times. Isn't it? So we educators, what is our mind, like, it's an online classes, the students are not there in front of us, so we have to be pretend very strict to them. What is going to happen? The result is like some students is going to leave your classes. They'll come up with the results like, network issues, ma'am. So what we are supposed to do, we are not going to be very serious in our classes all the time. Try to lose up a bit and acknowledge that your students may have a very different interest and their learning styles than their own. Okay, it is okay. I don't think so. Like, you have to make a very serious face and you have to sit. It's okay to laugh at yourself at some time, like, and to have some fun. You may also find that your students are more interested when you do such small things. They actually feel very relaxed at that time. And this can make your class more engaged. And when you, after doing these small things, when you start actually teaching, what happens? They'll show a keen interest in your method. Can anyone share me your ideas or view, like how you make your class more interesting? Yeah, I've got an answer, like teaching will actually help creating a different and engaging atmosphere.
Ma'am,
Yes,
Poonam ma'am is saying that role play.
Yes, the role play. Yes, you can set an examples. Anyone else? How you make your classes not into serious? There are many educators. I'm expecting more answers.
Arogya ma'am is
Miss you?
saying that student led the class.
Students led the class. Yes.
Okay, yeah. Arpit sir is saying that I always introduce a new way to smile.
Yeah, that's wonderful, Harpreet.
And yeah, Roshan sir is saying that energizers in between to cut the monotony, like doing a banana song, etc., like that. And Farhana Fees ma'am is saying that relating real life events with content.
Yes. So all, like, all the educators are coming like with the wonderfuls and the creative ideas of their classes. I think when you share your ideas and views in the chat box, each one would be like, they'll be getting a new ideas. So I request all the educators, kindly open up yourself, come up with your views and everything. I want everyone to be active. When we say to our learners, like, you will have to be very proactive, you have to be very attentive. The same things lies to us also, right? So I want everyone to keep dropping your message in the chat box and keep sharing your views, because this actually a small things would be like a great effort, a great help for each of us to adapt a new things in our online classes.
Ma'am, Rita ma'am is saying that we all use word wall games.
Word wall was great,
Yeah,
great.
Ritika ma'am is, yeah,
yes.
again Ritika ma'am has an answer, like give them a topic and make a group for discussion.
Yes, group discussion. That is I'm coming on that group discussion again. I'll be coming on that point in my coming slide. I'll be having a discussion on that also. So the next slide says, make your lessons interactive. Making your class lessons. Now, till now, I was saying you how to make your class active, now how you're supposed to make your lessons interactive. So here what happens in a traditional classroom, what in our times, like, when we used to study in those days, what happened, the educators used to stand in front of the room and start lecturing to the students. and has the student listens and take the notes. This was the common learning stuff at those days when we used to go to our schools and colleges. But unfortunately, this is not the most effective way to hold the student interest. We all are in 21st centuries. Those days are gone. Now we say to our kids, you know, we have been studied in this way. We have been doing in this way. Now you people, you want this, that, and all like. But now the things and situation has been changed. So now here you can't hold on that method. What we have learned, we can't apply those things in today's classroom. So what we are supposed to do, we are going to make the learning very interactive by creating a hands-on lessons that involve the students every step of the day. So try using the Jigsaw cooperative learning activity. Can you tell me what is a Jigsaw cooperative learning activity? Any one of them? You can drop your answers in the chat box. Jigsaw cooperative learning activity. Have anyone have applied this activity in your classroom?
Participants, please volunteer yourself. Okay, Rita ma'am is saying that no, ma'am.
Okay, I'll give you an example. Now, what you're going to do in this, I have tried out in my school, and actually, trust me, it gives an amazing result. Like, you know, it's actually a fun this.
Ma'am,
yeah.
Yeah, Ritika ma'am is saying that it's connecting the pieces like that. She's asking, like, is it connecting the pieces?
It is connecting the pieces. I'll explain you. See, Jigsaw connectivity learning. What happens? There's one chapter. For example, just take out chapter science. What you're going to do, you're going to divide the groups, 4 groups in your class. Okay. Once you divide the groups, what you're going to do, each group, you're going to give a one paragraph to them. Now, each group will be framing a question. They'll read that paragraph, they'll start making a question in that. And then they're going to ask a question to the different groups. Did you got it? So it's going to be a fun, like, you know, 4 groups. The chapters are divided into 4 groups. 4 groups will be making their own questions from the paragraphs given to them. They'll be questioning to the front group, and the front group needs to give to an answer. So this what happens, it is a connecting into PCS. So this what happens, this make your class more interesting, because what makes you more curious to the students to make the questions, and what after making the question, what they're going to do, they're going to find out the answers by their own. And ultimately, in short, what is the result? They're going to get to understand the chapters by their own. Did you got it? So try to come up with, try using this Jigsaw cooperative learning activity in your student, which is actually responsible for its own part for the group activity. Or you can do try a hands on your science experiment. When you involve the students and make your lessons interactive, your class becomes more interesting. Isn't it? When you start coming up with a new stuff, with a new lesson plan, your class started become more interesting. Now, I would like to know how many CBSE educators are over here. Is there any CBSE educators over here? Any presenters?
So participants, you can unmute yourself or put a S in the chat box. Yes. Arpit sir is saying yes, and Rita ma'am is saying yes.
Yes, I would like to ask to the CBSE educators, has it applies for everyone? You can start up with your co-activities, with your chapters also. How do you compare started your chapters into an art integrated, like, you know? Anyone? Can anyone give me a small example, like the art integration, how it gets connected to a lesson plan, how it's going to really help out for our learners? We do Padlet games. Okay. Harpreet sir, anyone could give me an idea with an art integration? How do you cope up with your lesson plan into an art integration? Yes, subject engagement activities, that's right. So actually what happened is art integration subject, when it comes up, the new plan which have come up, it's actually a big connecting different subjects, songs, drama, etc. Yes, that's right. So art integration, when we have started collaborating into our lessons, we have seen, like, students have started getting more active to their lesson plan. They started showing an interest. So this actually works out. This all things, when you start applying into your lesson plans and everything, this gives you actually an amazing result for the students. Relate material to your student lives. So here, what happens? Try to create a real world connection to what your students are learning. Okay? This will give them a better understanding of why they need to learn and what you are teaching. Okay? If they are constantly asking you why they need to learn something, and you have always been answering, like, we always answer to them, like, because you will soon understand, you'll understand. Don't give that answers, like, instead try giving them a real answers. Because more you give them a suspective answer, the more they are going to get more curious to know about it. So when students will come to us, ma'am, why do we need to study this? Give them an appropriate answers. So you're learning about, when you give them an answer, like actually what actually it means, it really helps them out. When you're learning about the money, because in the real world, what happens, you need to know how to buy a food and pay your bills by giving us straightforward answers. But if you're helping them in a connection between what they're learning in the class and how it is used in the information in the future, that time they clearly understand why this material is needed. We always think, like, student always ask a question, ma'am, so many books to study, how many stuffs to learn, why actually, like, there lots of question keeps on arising in students' mind. And when you give them a real appropriate answer why exactly it is needed, the student's mind will be totally clear, like, why this material is needed, to show them what the real world actually is. Flip your classrooms. What exactly it means? Flip your classrooms. Flip your lessons. Anyone? Can anyone tell me? Flip your lessons.
Okay, Ritika ma'am is asking to explain, ma'am.
Okay, fine. The flip your lessons. Okay, here what happens? The flip classroom, it has been, like, very gaining in a very popularity since in the term of a flip entered in the broader education's world in 2012. Again, I'm repeating, the flipped classroom has been gaining in a very popularity since in the term of a flipped entered in a broader education world in 2012. When it was actually first presented, the idea that the students would learn a new information at home, and then they used to come to school and use in the class time for a critical thinking activities. And a concept was very unique. However, what happened, many educators are using this strategy and achieving a positive results. Students in the flipped classroom, what they are used to do, they are able to work at their own space. For example, like, which is very great in their differential learning, and engage with their peers in a more interactive and a meaningful way when they are in the classrooms. So this what we call a flip your classroom, which was applied in the 2012 in an education sector. Did you understand? Anyone is having any doubt? Okay, I'm moving on with my 10th slide.
Ma'am?
Yes. Think outside the box. We always say, students, come up with your new ideas, be very creative. There are like, we keep on pressurizing the students, like do this, do that, come up with the innovative ideas and everything. So have we ever think, so now we have to change our way of learning. Now we have to be like, you have to be like, think outside the box. Lesson plans don't have to include a worksheet or a lectures during which the students sit and take the notes at the time, right? So try thinking outside the box and make your lesson that is completely out of an ordinary. You can invite, you can even do like, you can invite a guest speaker and go on a field trip or taking a learning outdoors. When you try something new and different, there are very good chances that your students will respond very positively. And when planning a lesson, you can try collaborating with another teacher, like, or taking your students on a virtual field trip and learning and engage the students in a most effective way. And your students will find it out more interesting to learn. And when you present these things, there are varieties and creative ways of learning. So we always have to come outside of the box. We educators have always should learn something a different way to make our class more interesting and more proactive. So the 10 points, let's look at the slide once again, how to make your class proactive. The first thing is incorporate mystery into your lessons. Don't repeat the classroom materials. Create the classroom games. Give your student the choice, use of technology, and don't take teaching so seriously. Make your lessons interactive. Relate the material to your student lives. Flip your lessons and think outside the box. So these are the main things which can you make your classroom more proactive. So anyone want to share your views or your experience in the online classes? I would like to know about it.
On behalf of MTT, I would like to give a thank you note to you, ma'am. So it's like I hope like each and every participant's teachers are backed with a lots of strategy to make their classes more interesting. Thank you, Nisha ma'am, for giving and explaining various strategies that will help to make teaching learning session more interesting. And I will also like to thank all the participants for being with us in this session. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you and have a nice day.
Thank you so much.
Yes.